The rumors are true. My man Racing Jason came through. Hudson O'Neal will replace Ricky Thornton Jr. at SSI Motorsports. This is the latest from Flow Racing based off of a press release from SSI Motorsports owner Todd Burns. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. Also, hit that like button so we get more people seeing this video and can beat that YouTube algorithm. So here is the article over at flowracing.com. It says here, SSI Motorsports owner Todd Burns issued a press release Tuesday evening announcing the hiring of O'Neal, the 23-year-old star who has been fielding his own a newly assembled team for the past 2+ months since leaving the Rocket Chassis House car ride in mid-March. O'Neal, who entered the super late model ranks driving for Burns in 2016 and developed into one of the sport's top prospects with SSI before his release late in the 19th season, will step into one of the division's top programs. The formidable SSI crew, including crew chief Anthony Burrows, DJ Williams, and Justin Tharp, will remain in place, and O'Neal will bring along his crew member, Nick Hardy, to add more manpower. This is what Burns wrote in the press release. We are pleased that Hudson O'Neal will be stepping back into the SSI Motorsports car. Having Hudson agree to take over the SSI Motorsports car allows our team to continue doing the outstanding job they do each and every day. Anthony, DJ, and Justin work numerous hours to ensure that our cars are ready to be competitive for race day, and Hudson will be bringing Nick Hardy, one of his crew members, over to join the SSI Motorsports crew. Burns also addressed how he's regretfully parted ways with Ricky Thornton Jr. That happened on Sunday, following 4+ years together that included a particular $1 million 2023 season and 16 wins through the first half of the 2024 campaign. This is what he said. This was not something we wanted or envisioned occurring. We have been looking forward to the rest of the year and working toward a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series championship with Ricky at the wheel. Over the past 2 years, the racing has been amazing, and we have been very proud of our team. No team wishes to be split apart in the middle of the season, especially a winning season. As a business owner and team owner, I have to make tough decisions. Since becoming a team owner, this was the hardest decision I have made. We do wish Ricky the best in whichever series he decides to run. Burns would go on to add, we want to thank our sponsors for their continued support during this transitional period, and we look forward to getting back out on the track. So I think the biggest question here is what is not being said. Why was this the toughest decision? If you weren't actually expecting this, then why did you part ways with Ricky Thornton Jr.? You're saying that it sounds like it is a business decision and you had to make a tough decision. Well, why? What is the reasoning behind that? I still think that is the biggest lingering question here is why was Ricky Thornton Jr. let go from his job at SSI Motorsports after leading the championship points in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, had 9 wins in that series. He was also leading the Casual Flow Racing Night in America. As it says here, he had 16 wins with SSI Motorsports. So what is the reasoning for why he left? And then as for Hudson O'Neal joining, I mean, obviously my man Racing Jason had this rumor and was accurate on it. But I think this is kind of surprising. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, it's not really surprising. Well, that's because Hudson O'Neal was telling us that he was going to be fielding his own team for the long haul. This is from Flow Racing back in the middle of April. And he's talking about fielding his own team, and it's for the foreseeable future. So it is kind of surprising to me. He says here, without all, what does he say here? He says, without all of our amazing sponsors, this could never happen. I cannot thank all the people enough for backing me to make a dream come true. Being at home and working with the support from my family and friends has truly made this dream a reality. I am so excited to be home and with my family more, but also living the best dream. So he said he was living the dream by forging his own team here. I mean, it says here, Hudson O'Neal of Martinsville, Indiana, revealed his plans for the remainder of 2024 late Thursday night, announcing the formation of Hudson O'Neal Racing to carry him into the future. Well, clearly that didn't work out because now he's back at SSI. So what happened there? I think there's lots of questions here as to what was going on in the background. Here's what Racing Jason had to say. He did one of his classic emergency press conferences here over on X. Love this guy. Let's take a listen to what he had to say here.
Emergency press conference. It really ain't no emergency. Everybody saw this coming. I mean, well, to be honest with you, not really, because I could argue. Yeah, you can give an argue. In today's late model world, anything could have happened. Hell, they could have said Bloomquist. They could have said, JD's leaving Landers, but why? I'm just saying, it was. You could see it coming. But in today's world, you never know. You know what I mean? So, all right. Here's what I want to say. Okay. Here's why I put the video up. Now we know Huddy's a hammer down driver. We know RTJ, a hammer down driver. And we know what the car can do. Now it's up to Huddy. Things on Lucas Oil just got a little bit more interesting, don't you think? Yeah. Has anybody thought about that? Things just got a little bit more interesting on the Lucas Oil side. All right. Y'all be good. Later.
He's absolutely right. Things have gotten way more interesting on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series side. I think that it really comes down to how well will Hudson O'Neal perform in that SSI Motorsports car. I would assume they're not going to be using the 20 RT number anymore. We'll see if they go back to and use Hudson's 71 number that he's been racing with for much of the season after he left Rocket 1. But we also don't even know where Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to land. Remember, the other part of Racing Jason's rumor is that there was kind of a bidding war going on. Obviously, we know that Brandon Sheppard and his dad, Stevie Sheppard, gave Ricky Thornton Jr. Stevie's 5S car to race in Lincoln for the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America event last night. And Ricky Thornton Jr. struggled early on, had a terrible qualifying lap, got behind in the heat as well, but he started 20th during the feature race and drove all the way up to 7th against some of the best in the nation in a car that is completely, not completely unfamiliar. It is a Longhorn, but very unfamiliar to him. Had to get the seat adjusted like that day, but shows that he is a top quality driver there, and he can compete with the best, even in the craziest of circumstances. I mean, he finished 7th behind, I think, some of the best in the nation. Bobby Pierce, Brandon Sheppard, Jason Fager were the top 3. So Pierce finishing 7th, Ricky Thornton Jr. finishing 7th. What am I saying here? So we know he's a great driver. We just don't know where he is going to land moving forward. But we do know that Hudson O'Neal joining SSI Motorsports is now confirmed. That was part of the Racing Jason rumor. We're still wondering what is going to happen with Ricky Thornton Jr. We did know that there was kind of a bidding war going on. I'd seen some screenshots of chassis builders indicating they wanted to get Ricky Thornton Jr. on their team that Racing Jason shared with me. So we will see what happens moving forward. But Hudson O'Neal is in the SSI Motorsports car now. And we'll see if he can eat into that huge lead that Ricky Thornton Jr. currently has atop of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.